We're back to the Neil Haley Show. My guest again today is business strategist Jean Kuhn. Jean, thanks for stopping by. And, I'm really excited about how you're able to help women in their second act. We've talked about it before, we've had those conversations, but really that's something that people don't understand when women are in their second act. Define that for me.
Their second act is this is women over 50, 55, and she has had maybe she's had a career and she's retired, or she's been a stay-at-home mom, or she just has had multiple jobs over the years and she's trying to help her family pump up their retirement account. But what I know about her as well is that was who I was, Neil. And I was starting my second act at 53. I woke up one morning and I thought, shit, I am not middle-aged, because chances are I am not going to live to 106. Right. So I'm like, if I'm not going to create what I know I'm capable of now, I will never do it. And the older I get, the less likely I was going to be to do it. And it was 2012, it was December 2012, 2020, 2012. And it was my youngest son's 21st birthday. And I just woke up feeling like I'm not living the life that I wanted. And I know I wanted more than what I had, more time, more freedom, more money, more success, I wanted to be seen as somebody who did something in their life, who created something from nothing.
Yeah. And
that's what the woman in her second act is about. She wants more, and she wants to create something for herself.
So what kind of definition? A lot of them are coming from corporate, from another job. Maybe they raised their kids and they were a stay-at-home mom, and now they're ready to do something. And they maybe utilize their degree a couple years, and then they decided, I'm going to be home with my family, and now it's my second act. Now it's empty nest. It's time to go. How do they identify that it's not time to go work for somebody? It's time to go do entrepreneurship and the opportunity.
I think it's an internal thing, right? I've been an entrepreneur for 38 years. So I was an entrepreneur when my family was young. And I'm sure that there's other women in their second act too, who've been entrepreneurs, and listen, I never hit the level of success that I wanted when my kids were little. I really put my family first. And that was my most important job, was raising those kids. And let me just tell you, there was days I'm like, get me the hell out of here. I need a job, right? Because being a mom was really difficult sometimes. But I've never, ever, ever regretted being an entrepreneur, because it allowed me the freedom when my kids were little to do what I wanted to do. So,
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
Yeah.
no. Wow, that's so important. So let's talk about that specifically thing. Is there like a light bulb that comes on when you've talked to these women that want to do their second act? What kind of things are kind of driving them to consider that second act?
Well, I think that honestly, the internal drive is they have not created what they wanted to so far for themselves. And again, this is all an internal drive. I haven't created the kind of money I wanted. I haven't created the kind of business I wanted. I haven't created the I haven't created I haven't created the opportunity to travel like I've always said I wanted to do. I hear this from so many women that I would love to go visit my grandchildren. I can't afford it. So they start a business, and then they don't really know what they're doing, and they're just in this perpetual state of not making enough money. So nothing ever changes for them, because they think starting a business is easy, and they don't realize that the commitment it takes to create the business that you want. So some of them have it. Some of them have that internal drive. And then others, they do it because they just need extra money every month.
Yeah. And it's important to be able to do that,
Sure.
the extra money. And especially when bills go up, all these different things, and they identify that fact. Once they want to create something for themselves, how does that make people in their second act feel?
Well, I can only speak for myself there, but I said to my husband I don't know, it's probably been about 6 or 8 months. I said to him, and we weren't fighting or anything. It was just in the car with a ride. And I said, I'm so excited about the fact that how much money I've been making, because I know I'm here. I'm in this marriage because I want to be, not because I have to be. And we had a little stint listen, next week we'll be married 43 years, but around
Congrats.
year 13, it was a little rough. And the D word came out a time or two. And I knew I couldn't make a choice. I couldn't make a decision to do anything at that time because I couldn't afford it. Right. But now I'm right where I want to be because I want to be here. So it making enough money gives women choices.
And then
And men, okay, and men, right, right. That's really what extra money does, not just extra money, not just extra pocket money or extra bill money, right? I'm talking about life-changing money,
Mhm.
right? That gives you choices, and every woman is capable of it if she does the work.
It does the work, and that's the thing in people in the second act. So you tell us, list people in their second act and your stories of people, not one, but a bunch, so that people listening right now and watching that are thinking about doing their second act, name some of them what they've done.
Well, one of my favorite clients is she's going to be 72 this year in October. And she is a horse farmer, which means she's got, I think her stable's full. And if it's full, she's got 43 horses on property that she boards, and she does a summer camp program. And at 71, Neil, I just want you to grasp this. At 71, she takes women annually. She packs up the horses in a trailer. She packs up the women and she drives them out to the Black Hills of South Dakota for the most amazing retreat for women and their horses ever. It's a life-changing trip that she takes people on. That's a woman in her second act who's creating what she wants, the lifestyle that she wants, the extra money that allows her the choices. She was just in Costa Rica a couple weeks ago. She travels like a fiend. I love her to pieces, right? I want to be her when I grow up. I want to have the kind of energy she has at 71, 72 years old. And by the way, she has a 91-year-old mother who works harder than she does.
And that's the whole second act thing. If you want to create something, you can create it. It can be anything. Wouldn't you say a lot of times if somebody's considering that, they need to look what they're really good at and they love to do, right? And they can create it.
Right. Exactly. You can create a business out of most things, right? Most things. But you have to find the inner drive. And as a matter of fact, when I was 53, I had to decide. I have a pretty sweet life. My husband makes a great income, and I literally spent 2 weeks deciding, was I willing to work as hard to recreate a new business? Like I said, I've been an entrepreneur for 38 years, but was I going to work hard enough to create what I really wanted out of life? And I spent 2 weeks really thinking about it. Was I willing to put forth the effort? And the answer was absolutely.
Right. Best place people go, really simple, jeankuhn.com, right? Right now.
JeanKuhn.com.
I think that second act is such a great, important thing. And we appreciate you stopping by and great information.
Thanks, Neil. Have a great day.
You're listening, watching the Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a moment.